Carol, let us proceed sa Philippine National Bank or the BNB. Philippine National Bank or PNB, the country's first universal bank, is one of the largest privately owned Philippine commercial banks. PNB was established by the government of the Philippines in 1916 and became fully privatized in 2007. So, Philippine National Bank is a type of universal bank in which it operates different various kinds of banking activities. It combines the operations or services of commercial banks and investment banks. So before, the time that it was established, na-established siya by the government of the Philippines during 1916. The charter of the National Bank was drafted by Mr. Henderson Martin, the vice governor during that time, and then along with Miguel Cuaderno, the governor of the became the governor of the central bank. So later on, madiscuss ang privatization of the PNB by Miss Canono. Dira mas ma-emphasize ang katong time by time nga ila ang pag-privatize sa ilaha sa Philippine National Bank. So as an instrument of the economic development, PNB led the industry through the years with its agricultural modernization program and trade finance support for the country's agricultural export. So si PNB, the main concern sa PNB why it was established is to support economic development and sa atong mga agricultural na aspect sa atong country. Mag-provide sila of financial services, especially sa mga farmers, naga-support po sila sa kaning mga industry or businesses nga sa Philippines, nga naa sa Philippines, in which it helps the country develop economically. And then, during atong time sa World War I, which was raged in Europe, ning taas ang demand sa agricultural na mga products such as coconut oil, sugar, kupra, Manila hemp o katong tobacco nga hibali ang katong taga-Europe is nagkuan sila kanang murag nag-demand sila o kanang products, agricultural products sa Philippines, in which ang mga Filipino farmers may nag-provide ni adto. And then, it was supported, ang finances na gigamit sa mga farmers ato was supported by the Philippine National Bank. So, in addition, the bank pioneered efforts in the overseas Filipino worker remittance business and introduced many innovations such as bank on wheels, computerized banking, automated teller machine banking, mobile money changing, domestic travelers checks, electronic filing and payment system for large taxpayers, and unit investment trust fund or ATMs. To date, the bank has a total domestic footprint of over 630 branches and more than 1,600 ATMs strategically located nationwide. PNB maintains its position as the Philippine bank with the most extensive international reach, with more than 70 overseas branches, representative offices, remittance centers, and subsidiaries across Asia, Europe, the Middle East, and North America. So, si Philippine National Banks, wala lang siya nag-exist sa Philippines, but also, nag-operate po sila, kaning banking services and also physical na bank dito sa outside the country, outside the Philippines. So now let us proceed sa history of the PNB. The early years, Philippine National Bank was established as a government-owned banking institution on July 22, 1916, with the headquarters in the old Masonic Temple along Escolta, Manila. So, the time that it was established by the government, nakuan siya, nalokit ang iyang headquarters or kanang ilaha jud mismo, kanang main jud mismo nila nga bank sa Escolta, Manila, sa old Masonic Temple. Its primary mandate was to provide financial services to Philippine industry and agriculture and to support the government's economic development efforts. So like what I have said kagaina nga, it supports the financial services nga need sa Philippine industry, sa agriculture, and also government's economic development effort. In February 4, 2016, Public Act 2612 was passed by Philippine legislator providing for the establishment of the BNB to replace the small 1 billion government-owned agricultural bank. So, gi-replace, gipulihan ang small 1 billion government-owned agricultural bank tungod kay it is not totally sufficient para mo-provide gani sa kadtong taas bitaw nga demand sa ilahang bitang agricultural exports, and also tungod kay during that time is kanang ang PNB was expanded na pud siya kanang dili lang dili sa Philippines but also outside the Philippines. With the PNB's establishment, Filipinos found a bank of their own. PNB was authorized to grant short and long-term loans to agricultural industry. So since it is commercial banks, it also provides mga short-term or long-term na mga loans. And then the Filipino farmers they could avail the loans with interest between 8 to 10% per annum every year. PNB was also authorized to receive deposits, open foreign credits, and rediscount bills. It was also given a special power to issue circulating notes. As such, PNB functioned as the de facto central bank of the Philippines until 1949. So, si PNB is una pa siya sa Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, which is the central bank karon known as central bank, di ba ang kuan karon BSP. Oo. Sa una kapag wala pa yung BSP, Philippine National Bank murag siya kibali ang nag-act as a central bank during atong time nga wala pa yung BSP, in which it provides services na same para sa central bank, same para sa services na gi-provide sa central bank sa mga sa kibali sa mga banks, kay banks sa central bank, sa mga other banks po. On July 24, 2016, PNB was established its first branch in Iloilo. So, the PNB was, ang first branch sa PNB was na tukod siya sa Iloilo. In 1917, PNB marked its entry in the field of international banking when it is opened in New York branch. The following year, it established 5 more domestic branches and another overseas branch in Shanghai, China. So, and then the first, ang first international nila nga gitukudan, nagtukod sila sa gawas, pinakauna kay sa New York siya nga branch. And then, ang kani siya tungod, the reason why the PNB kanang decided to kanang ibutang ilahang branch sa New York or outside the Philippines tungod kay mas nakita po nila ang opportunities dito para maka-provide bitaw og services sa kadto mga OFW dito ang naay family or naay kanang relationship na sila yung mga tao nga ka-relationship nila diri sa ato ang country. Kay naman sila yung service nga katong remittance or kanang kibali through PNB, ang kato kibali OFW makapadala siya sa iyahang family diri sa Philippines. PNB briefly ceased operations in January 1942 but reopened the next month under the supervision of Japanese authorities. After the Second World War, PNB reopened immediately and acquired the assets and assumed the liabilities of the banking division of the National Treasury. So, during atong World War II, naka-experience si PNB o kanang murag na-stop ang iyang operations tungod kay during that time because of the World War II nga nahitabo is kibali na-stop ang ilang operations, na-stop ang ilang services. But the next month, under the supervision of Japanese authorities is na-continue siya pero controlled na siya sa mga Japanese na mga authority. With the establishment of the central bank in 1949, PNB role as issuer of currency notes, custodianship of bank reserves, sole depository of government funds, and clearinghouse of the banking system ceased. PNB launched the first online electronic data processing system in the entire Far East. So, di ba, the time na wala pa yung BSP, Philippine National Bank act as a central bank. So, syempre, kaning currency notes, custodianship of bank reserves, sole depository of government funds and clearinghouse, di ba mo ni siya, isa ni siya sa mo ni siya ang uban function sa central bank, as you have remembered atong kuan, last topic na to atong central bank. Kuan siya, kibali si PNB is kuan po siya, nag-provide siya ing ani ng mga services atong time nga wala kay central bank or BSP. And also, PNB launched the first online electronic data processing system in the entire Far East. So, kaning electronic data processing system nakatabang ni sa ilahang operations para mapadali ang ilahang banking transactions and different kinds of banking activities. In 1955, it was authorized to operate as an investment bank with powers to own shares and to issue debentures. So, during the year 1955, the PNB was kanang na-open siya for investments. Daghan na kaayog mga private investors nga naga-invest ani. And including ana kay si Mr. Lucio Tan, isa sa pinaka-richest man sa atong country, nag-own siya og ganing dako nga shares in which he was also considered as the owner kay shareholder man siya, owner po siya sa PNB. Mo na siya gitawag siya nga ang PNB karon gitawag siya nga privately owned bank tungod kay ang mga private investors nga naga-invest ni ani nga bangko. In 1963, it established the National Investment and Development Corporation to engage primarily in long-term and equity financing of business ventures. Between 1967 and 1979, PNB continued to expand its operations by opening offices in London, Singapore, Jakarta, Honolulu, and Amsterdam. In the domestic field, it opened 40 provincial branches. It was also during this period that the bank started the dollar remittance program. In 1980, PNB became the first universal bank in the country. However, it encountered operational difficulties in the mid-80s as a result of the economic downturn triggered by the assassination of Senator Benigno S. Aquino Jr. and had to be assisted by the government in 1986. Kaning na tayo during the 1980 or during the 80s, mid-80s, kuan man siya katong People Power Revolution in which nadamay ang PNB tungod sa katong mga situation or circumstances sa una nga pagkapatay natumi tong time na namatay si Benigno si Senator Benigno S. Aquino. And then it was assisted by the government during the year 1986 mo nang nadamay ang kaning PNB because ibali ang naka-experience sila of economic downturn that triggered by the assassination of Senator Benigno S. Aquino. So next, let us proceed sa privatization of PNB by Ms. Canono.
So good afternoon everyone. This is the continuation of sa report ni Ms. Jovero, privatization of PNB. The privatization of the bank started when 30% of its outstanding stock was offered to the public and its stocks were listed in the stock exchange in 1989. In 1992, PNB became the first Philippine bank to reach the 100 billion mark in asset. So, the privatization of the Philippine National Bank has been a significant transformation in the country's banking sector. It began in 1989 when 30% of its shares were offered to the public, followed by another public offering in 1992. In 1995, the Philippine Bank moved to its new headquarters at the PNP Financial Center in Rojas Boulevard, Pasay City. So sa katong ingon ni Ms. Jovero ganina is dili pa siya sa Pasay, di pa siya mo sa Pasay City din nag-transfer na po sila. In 1996, the Securities and Exchange Commission approved the bank's new article of incorporation and bylaws and the change in the status of PNB from a government-based to a private corporation with the control of the government reduced to 46%. So, by 1996, PNB had transitioned from being government-controlled to a private corporation, with the government stock reduced to 46%. At the turnover rates on July 23, 1986, President Fidel V. Ramos declared PNB is the bank for the Filipino wherever he or she may be in the country's centers of commerce and industry in the far reaches of the countryside and even in the many places across the globe. So, si President Fidel V. Ramos emphasizes the significance of the PNB to Filipino worldwide. This declaration highlighted the PNB's extensive reach and its dedication to providing financial services to Filipinos regarding of their location. Then, a new beginning. In May 2002, the government and the Lucio Tan Group, representing the group of private stockholders, sealed the Memorandum of Agreement or MOA that embodied the provision that would help turn the bank around. It included, among others, the settlement of In 1999, a group of new private stockholders led by the Dr. Lucius C. Tan acquired approximately 35% of the total outstanding capital stock of PNB. So in 1999, a significant shift occurred at the Philippine National Bank tungod sa katong private stockholders nga nag-lead kay si Dr. Lucio Tan nga nag-acquire sila 35% sa capital stock sa PNB. This acquisition marked a pivotal moment in PNB's transition from government-controlled entity to privatized institution. In early 2000, the group increased its share in the bank to 69.32% and pumped in nearly 20 billion fresh capital in less than 1 year. So in the early 2000s, significant changes occurred na po. The Lucio Tan Group became the largest private shareholders, injecting nearly 20 billion into the bank. In late 2000, the bank suffered a liquidity crisis and the national government stepped in to support the bank by implementing a capital restructuring and injecting 25 billion in liquidity assistance. So despite facing financial challenges, the government provided 25 billion in aid. By 2005, PNB was fully privatized when the Lucio Tan Group purchased the government shares. In May 2002, the government and the Lucio Tan Group, representing the group of private stockholders, sealed the Memorandum of Agreement or MOA or MOA that embodied the provisions that would help turn the bank around. It included, among others, the settlement of government's liquidity assistance by way of increasing the government's stake in the bank from 16.58% to 44 to 98%, and effect reducing the group's share from 68% to 44.98%. At the same time, the bank started operating under a 5-year rehabilitation program. So, this slide provides information about a significant event in May 2002 concerning the Philippine National Bank. So, during this period, the government of the Philippines and the Lucio Tan Group or the private stockholders representative formalized their collaboration through an MOA. This agreement was designed to outline the necessary steps to rehabilitate and stabilize the bank. So, as part of the agreement code, the government provided liquidity assistance to PNB. Tapos in return, the government ownership stake in the bank dapat mag-increase siya from 16.58% to 44.98%. So this increase in stake meant that the government now held a more substantial influence over the bank's operations and the decision-making process. In August 2005, the government, as part of its privatization program, sold down its 32.45% stake in the bank via an auction. The private stockholders represented by the Lucio Tan Group exercised their right of first refusal, reducing the government's share to 12.5% and raising the group's to a total of 77.42%. So, So suddenly, the government sold on its 32.45% stake in the bank through an auction process. This means that shares were made available to interested buyers through a competitive bidding process. So the right of first refusal po sa Lushotan Group. The private stockholders represented by the Lushotan Group exercised their right of first refusal. This legal right allowed them to match the winning bid in the auction to purchase the shares themselves, thereby preventing outside parties from acquiring a significant stake in the bank. Since the inception of the rehabilitation program, PNB exceeded the targets of the program. While the program called for profit starting 2005, the bank became profitable as early as 2003. Within 4 years, PNB increased its net income 16 times from 52 million in 2003 to 820 million in 2006. So the PNB's rehabilitation program aimed for the bank to become profitable starting in 2005. However, PNB managed to achieve profitability earlier than expected. In 2003, over the next 4 years, from 2003 to 2006, the bank's net income increased significantly, growing 16 times from 52 million to 820 million. This rapid growth indicates successful of implementing strategies and effective management during the rehabilitation period, leading to substantial financial improvement for the bank. In June 2007, PNB settled its 6.1 billion loan to Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation or PDIC. More than 4 years ahead of the loan's due date, the loan repayment was the indication of the bank's renewed financial health. So, PNB's early settlement of its 6.1 billion loan to PDIC on June 2007, 4 years ahead of schedule, demonstrated that the bank's significant financial recovery. This early repayment signaled PNB's improvement financial stability and its ability to fulfill financial obligations well ahead of expectations. In August 2007, the bank completed its Tier 1 follow-on equity offering where it raised about 5 billion in Tier 1 capital. Together with the sale of 89 million primary shares, 71.8 million secondary shares owned by the national government through PDIC and DOF were sold to the public, thus bringing about a complete exit of the government from PNB. So in August 2007, the bank conducted a Tier 1 follow-on equity offering to bolster its Tier 1 capital, which is a key measure of a bank's financial strength and stability. This offering raised about 5 billion. In addition to issuing new shares, the government through entities like the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation and the Department of Financial sold its existing share in the bank to the public. This included selling 89 million primary shares and 71.8 million secondary shares. As a result, the government completely devastated its ownership stake in PNB, signaling a significant shift in the bank's ownership structure. So that's all from me.
So now let us proceed sa products and services offered by the Philippine National Bank. So, sa deposit accounts, nag-provide ko sila og savings account. Customers can avail debit savings, passbook savings, top MasterCard, top saver, my first savings, pensioner savings, and direct deposit pensioner in the PNB. So, ang kaning debit savings, siya, by the use of debit card, so through MasterCards, ang kaning debit savings, magamit siya through, kibali pag mag-acquire ka o ganing something, mga balito nimo, gamito nimo ang debit MasterCards, and then, ang imuhang expenses is makaltas siya sa imuhang debit savings. So, ang kaning passbook savings, kung ano siya, familiar naman sa passbook savings, makita na to ang galing passbook savings is makita nimo ang history sa deposits and withdrawals nimo. And then top Mastercard or katong debit cards. And then top saver, it is a unique savings account that allows you to earn more as you save more. With a maximum interest of 0.500%. And then kaning my first savings kani siya. Kaning a savings account for students aged from 7 to 19 years old. So good ni siya para sa kaning mag-save og allowances may anak. And then next is the pensioner savings. Kaning pensioner savings is kibali ang SSS nimo nga pension kay nakalink siya sa PNB nga savings account in which kibali pag kanang buwan na ka 60 na ka tapos pag ang kaning kibali ang SSS i-direct lang nila sulod ang imong savings sa PNB nimo nga ay pensioner savings account nimo sa PNB. And then same ra jud po siya sa direct deposit pensioner. Next is the checking account. PNB regular checking account is a non-interest earning account which is withdrawable through the issuance of a check. A monthly statement of account is given to account holders. So kaning checking account, you can deposit or withdraw through checks lang, through checking. So next is the time deposit. A confirmation of time deposit is issued as a proof of deposit. Time deposit, interest, and proceeds are credited to a nominated ED settlement account upon redemption of pre-termination. So kaning time deposit is a kind of highly secured investment accounts allows your money to grow at a receivable at a reliable interest rate. So depende siya sa maturity. Kaya there are two kinds of time deposits. First is the short-term time deposits and the long-term time deposits, in which the short-term time deposits kano siya kanang less than a year, and then sa long-term kay mo na siya ang kaning katong greater mas taas pa sa 1 year and taas pa. Mo na siya ang maturity sa time deposit. So kung mas taas ang maturity, of course, mas taas jud ang imuhang makuha. Next is the foreign currency. PNB buy and sell foreign currencies against the Philippine peso or against some other foreign currency. PNB enjoys a good relationships with other banks, which allows them to buy or sell large volumes of currencies at market prices and provide clients a top rates for their money. So kaning foreign currency, pwede ka kung kay dollar nga kwarta, pwede mo siya kanang bayuan, i-convert siya into kanang peso sa kaning dito as a Philippine National Bank. Next is the ATM deposit product. So, the cash accept machine or CAM provides deposit or top-up services to PNB clients who have an existing savings, checking, and prepaid account. So, kaning cash accept machine mo ni siya ang machine nga kanang existing karon sa PNB nga magamit siya kanang pag mag-deposit ka dito. Ano mo kailangan na kanang sulod ka dito sa counter para or sa teller para i-deposit ang imong kwarta through CAM. Mapadali nimo ang pag-deposit nimo sa imong kwarta sa imong account. Next, let us proceed sa kaning mga loans nga gi-offered sa Philippine National Bank. So first is the credit cards. So we are all familiar with this credit cards. Sa kaning credit cards is naa siya 0.75 interest if mag-avail ka og kanang credit. The PNB credit card can be used for all your requirements, be it shopping, eating out, holidaying, and fueling up your vehicle, railway tickets, reservations, just about any financial requirement planned on desire. Next is the Smart Home Loan or PNB Housing Loan. The facility can be utilized for any of the following purposes: purchase of house and lot, condominium unit, townhouse, house construction, home improvement, refinancing, or take out of existing loans. So, ang kaning smart home loan or PNB housing loan is kibali for example magpatuhod ka og balik kasi wala ka enough nga budget, pwede ka kaning mag-loan sa PNB. You can loan up to 80% of the house value and then with an interest of 8.5% interest rate. Next is the PNB Auto Loan. The facility can be utilized for purchase of brand new or second-hand cars. Maximum loanable amount shall be as follows: for brand new or refinanced vehicles, up to 80% of the cash list or purchase price. For the second-hand vehicles, up to 75% of the appraised value. So, PNB auto loan is kanang hibali kung gusto ka mag-acquire ay kanang kuan, gusto ka mag-acquire og kaning car and then wala kay japon enough nga budget, pwede ka maka-avail og auto loan sa PNB. In which na interest rate nga from 12.40% to 33.70% is kuan, hibali interest rate, hibali na pag mag-utang ka ng PNB auto loan. Next is the PNB personal loan. The facility can be utilized for home renovation, tuition fees, medical expenses, purchase of appliances, vacation trips, and other personal needs. So, kaning PNB personal loan is pwede ka maka-avail ka ng for personal consumptions may or personal needs nimo. In which loanable amount up to 2 million. Pwede ka makautang 2 million if kanang kuan siya, kanang if maaprubahan siya, kailangan siya o kanang approval sa kanang dako sa ilahang bangko. And then, with a flexible term from 3 to 60 months. Next is the business loans. If your business demands quick cash to cover its expenses, or whether you need long-term credit to buy new equipment or finance your expansion, PNB offer many attractive and easy loan options. Interest rate for business loans ranges from 7 to 10%. So, pag kanang or kung nakaplano mo business for capital or expansion ba or mga expenses sa mga equipments, you can loan business loans sa PNB. And then investments, and now let's proceed sa investments. Sa investments, as Philippine National Banks, they provide their customers with a wide selection of attractive investment options to grow their money. So, daganay ka ng various kinds of investments sa PNB nga pwede maabilan. First is the peso treasury bills or T-bills. Invest in a short-term debt securities that mature in less than a year, issued by Philippine government at a discounted basis and get the interest in advance. So, kaning peso treasury bills is short-term investment siya na dapat typically ang predetermined period niya typically in 91 days, 182 days or 364 days. So, dapat hindi siya mula pa sa 1 year kaya short-term naman siya ka-investment. With a minimum investment of 500,000 pesos, and it is practically a risk-free investment. So, kuhaan ka nang ibali, dili kayo risky ani nga investment kay ano man yun. Ako lang og kapital. Next is the peso, treasury bonds, and treasury notes. So, invest in a medium to long-term debt securities issued by the Philippine government and earn fixed coupon rate payments quarterly or semi-annually. So, kaning peso treasury bonds and treasury notes is same lang siya sa kato peso treasury bills. Kay mura lang po siya ganang essentially kaning lending money sa government and then you are earning also an interest as ipahulang niyo yung part sa nagamito na siya sa gobyerno. And then ang kalahian lang is kaning si peso treasury bonds and treasury notes is siya medium to long term debt siya in which dapat kuan siya kanang for 2 to 25 years ang iyahang kaning kuan kasunod sa period. Next is the US dollar denominated Republic of the Philippines and Philippine corporate bonds. Invest in debt securities issued by the Philippine government and earn a fixed common rate payment semi-annually or in successful Philippine companies and earn a fixed income. Next is a PNB trust. Unit investment trust fund, wide range of investment funds which include money market, fixed income, or multi-asset and equity funds. These funds are suited to meet every customer's financial standing, investment goal, risk appetite, and investment horizon. So PNB Trust, which is the UITF, PNB investment funds are open-ended trust funds denominated in peso or dollar. They pool funds from various investors for investment in high-yielding instruments. So when we say, since it is an open-ended trust fund, so ano siya kanang kibali, bisang pinaka-quantity kibali ang kuan pwede makakuha. And then, personal management trust. This is ideal for those who want to set aside funds or assets for the benefit of the designated beneficiaries. The funds are managed by PNB Trust Banking Group in accordance with the client's financial goals and objectives. So, personal management trust enables you to set aside funds or assets for the future of your children or other designated beneficiaries. So, kani personal management trust is kuan siya kanang for the future ganit na mga plans. And then, also serve as an estate planning tool, ensuring proper distribution of the trust estate to beneficiaries, minimum interest, and minimum investment of 1 million pesos. Next is the remittance. Remittances are used to pay bills or invoices and are sent via an electronic payment system, wire transfer, mail draft, or check. Remittance can be claimed at any PNB domestic branches and payout partners. All remit is PNB RCIs. Remittance serve that enables remitters to send money using their phones that is very accessible anytime and anywhere. So, remittance is a kind of service offered by the PNB in which it allows ka nang sending money or to facilitate the transfer of funds to your loved ones in the Philippines. So, pwede siya magamit from Philippines to another country and then from another country or to the Philippines. May ana. Kung siya gibali through the use of phones siya, mas mapadali ang kanang transaction sa The next is the mobile banking. PNB's mobile banking app that aims to provide PNB depositors and credit card holders secure and easy access to their accounts. So, ang PNB napon sila ay kaning PNB digital app that provides range of services, monitor accounts, bill payments, and credit card services, investment, and other more. So, by the use of PNB digital app, ibalik kung dili ka gusto mo ato silang physical nga bangko, pwede ka makagamit ng PNB digital app para kanang kung gusto ka magbayad of payments or credit card payments or investments or other services nga naa sa Philippine National Bank. And now let us proceed to the social security system that will be reported by Lagulao.
So good afternoon everyone. This proceeds to the social security system. So the social security system is a state-run social insurance program in the Philippines to workers in the private, professional, and informal sectors. So it means social insurance siya ina-offer para sa mga empleyado, sa mga private sector or mga professionals or even sa mga individuals. So ang SSS na-establish siya by virtue of Republic Act No. 1161, better known as the Social Security Act of 1954. This law was later amended by Republic Act No. 828. So, history of SSS. So, short history lang siya sa kuan sa SSS. The SSS aims to institutionalize a corporate culture that instills the core values of trust, empowerment, and teamwork. The SSS was founded on 1 September 1957 following the passage of Republic Act No. 1161 or the Social Security Act of 1954. So, service offered of SSS. The benefits include retirement, death, disability, funeral, sickness, maternity, and unemployment. So, insurance or involuntary separation benefits. These benefits are closely linked to the amount and number of contributions with the minimum monthly pension guaranteed. So, kanina benefits, so if member ka ni nga insurance, ang madawat ng nimo ani is kadepende ra siya sa amount of contribution nimo sa monthly pensions with the minimum na siya. The scope of services. The SSS covers private sector employees, self-employed individuals are voluntary members. Employers are required to register their employees with the SSS and remit their contributions on a monthly basis. So if work ka sa company or event professional ka, dapat yun nga required yun nila mag-register ka ani na insurance or SSS kay if ever unsay mahitabo sa imo na kay padulungan ka na. Dapat dyan mo limit ka sa contribution sa monthly basis nila.
So, good afternoon everyone. And now let's proceed to GSIS, or Government Service Insurance System. So, the Government Service Insurance System, or GSIS, is a government-owned and controlled corporation or GOCC of the Philippines, created by Commonwealth Act number 186 and Republic Act number 8291, or also known as GSIS Act of 1997. GSIS is a social insurance institution that provides a defined benefit scheme under the law. So, GSIS is a program set up by the government to support the government the government employees in financial security. And it's a form of social insurance for ensuring the government workers have support in times of need. So, kina-insure sa GSIS nga makatawag sila sa government employee if ang mga employees nanginanglan sila o kanang financial assistance. So, it ensures each members against the occurrence of certain contingencies and exchange for their monthly premium contributions. So, ang kanang mga insurance na imong ma-avail sa GSIS is kanang imong na mga i-contribute while nagtrabaho ka sa isang institution or sa government institution. So, GSIS members are entitled to an array of social security benefits such as life insurance benefits, separation or retirement benefits, and disability benefits. So, mauni ang mga makaver sa GSIS members kaning life insurance, separation, retirements, and disability. So, GSIS is also the administrator of the General Insurance Fund by virtue of Republic Act 656 or Property Insurance Law. It provides insurance coverage to government assets and properties that have the government insurable interest. So the GSIS workforce consists of 3,104 employees. So sa Canono, ang GSIS na siya 3,104 ka-employees and 52% of whom are in the head offices, while the remaining 48% are in the branches. So today, the GSIS has 42 branches, offices, and 14 extension offices nationwide at 58 service desks. So now let's proceed sa history of GSIS. So GSIS established on November 14, 1936. The Government Service Insurance System building built in 1952 as Arroceros near SM Manila. The previous location of YMSA building was one of the first of the new buildings program for the new republic to be completed. The new headquarters of the Government Services Insurance System, the corporation that handles security of the employees of the government of the Philippines, located in Pasay City. So, ang headquarters sa GSIS is nasa Pasay City. So, the Government Service Insurance System provides social security coverage to employees in the public sector. So, it officially started its operation on May 31, 1937 with a life insurance program as its first service and was ang pinakaunang nag-provide sa mga services sa GSIS is lang siya life insurance and was transformed into a more comprehensive social insurance scheme in 1951 with the addition of old age, invalidity, and survivors benefit. So over the years, milestone laws were enacted including Republic Act 8291, otherwise known as the Government Service Insurance Act of 1997, which enhance and improve the GSIS administered social security program for government workers. So over the years no na dusa kanang na enacted na ang kanang Republic Act 8291. So siya tungod ani is nag-administer or nadugangan ang mga services nga gi-offered sa GSIS. So GSIS also administers the Employees Compensation Program for the public sector's worker, which provide benefits for work-related disability, injury, or death. So the General Insurance Fund, which offers insurance coverage for all properties with the government insurable interest. So the governing and policy-making body of the GSIS is the Board of Trustees and the members of which the appointed by the President. So ang katong nagay mo og policy sa GSIS is katong gina-appoint siya sa ato ang President. So now let's proceed sa benefits and services nga gi-offered sa GSIS. So the principal benefit package of GSIS consists of compulsory and optional insurance, life insurance, retirement, separation, unemployment, disability, survivorship, and employee compensation. So first is the life insurance. So ang sa life insurance nga gi-offer sa GSIS is na ay duha type. So ang first is the life endowment policy, or GSIS is started with a LEP program designed to provide members with life insurance coverage while still in active service. LEP provides maturity benefits to policyholders upon reaching the maturity of their policy. So kani if no ang member if kanang ang member if kanang dili siya mamatay within kaning maturity or kaninga term sa iyahang kaninga program, di ba, kung magpunta kayo insurance is, di ba, na specific term makawid ka na. So if a member na dili siya mamatay, so kuan siya and if di pass away if dili siya mamatay, so makadawat siya or maka-receive siya kanang benefit from this nga program nga gi-offer sa GSIS. And if mamatay siya no, so si beneficiary ang beneficiary sa katong members is siya ang dapat sa benefit ani nga program. So next is the enhanced life policy. So ELP to effect on August 1, 2003. It provides an automatic yearly insurance coverage to new members of GSIS based on their monthly compensation. LEP is designed to provide an enhanced benefits for the family and the deceased members. So, same lang yung siya nung nag-provide siya o kanang death benefit if ever na si member is matay para makatabang siya sa financial needs sa katong pamilya sa yan. So next is the retirement. So GSIS offers various retirement programs that retiring members we choose from depending on their age and length of services. So first is retirement under Republic Act 8291. So 5-year lump sum or cash payment with instant pension. So ang ano siya, if ang pensioner is gusto niya withdraw ang gusto niya take-on o withdraw ang iyang pension. So kani iyang i-file para ang iyang pension is matibo niya o withdraw within 5 years. Then pag abot sa 5 years is dila na po siya mag-continue o ma-continue para makakuha sa iyang monthly pension. So next is retirement under Republic Act 6660, also called Magic 87. This option provides both annuity and lifetime pension. So Republic Act 660 is this law provides for a monthly annuity or pensions to retirees based on their length of service and average salary they received during their last 3 years of service. So, pwede maka-avail anay na kana member is nakakuha lang siya, naka-render na siya ang service sa isa ka institution with at least 30 years. So next is the Retirement under Republic Act 1616. So refund or GSIS premiums and payment from employers. So Republic Act 1616 is designed to provide a substantial one-time financial benefit to retiring government employee, offering them a significant sum of money immediately upon retirement. So ang kaning program Republic Act 1616 is kanang makaabil lang sa member if naka-render na po siya of service at least 20 years sa iyahang trabaho. And also nga kaning one is kanang kaisa lang po siya maka-avail ani nga benefit. So sa entire niya nga kanang retirement is kaisa lang siya. Dito lang kaisa. So now let's proceed sa retirement under Presidential Decree 1146. So only those who have been in the government service after May 31, 1977 but before June 24, 1997 may avail of this retirement program. Retirement under Presidential Decree 1146 gives members a choice between a basic monthly pension and cash payment.